This is the 90-90 hip stretch, one of the best hip stretches that I like to do, share with a lot of people, and I do myself to help loosen up your hips and to get your hips ready for rotation. What we're going to do is you're going to sit in this 90-90 position, which means you have 90 degrees in your ankles, knees, and hips, and then 90 degrees in your ankles, knees, and hips. Trying to make a straight line from this foot over to your calf muscle, your calf bone here, calf muscle. Make a square box, right like that, okay? Now as you do this, the goal for there's two goals with this exercise. This is the 90-90 hip stretch, one of the best hip stretches that I like to do and share with people. There are two goals with this stretch. One, as you sit in this position, you'll see this leg, there's some space between this thigh and the floor. The goal would be that that space will get diminished. May will not go away completely, but that space will be diminished the more you do this, to where you have a lot of space and little space. The second goal would be that at first you may start off stabilizing yourself with this offhand, and eventually you can sit up tall without having to stabilize yourself with the other hand. This is the 90-90. This is the 90-90 hip stretch, one of the best hip stretches that I share with people to help loosen up your hips and take pressure off your lower back. What you're going to do is you're going to sit in a 90-90 position with your knees, ankles, and feet, and hip. 90 degrees in your ankles, knees, and hips, both sides. That's going to create a box right here and a straight line from this foot over to this part of your leg. Now there are two goals with this exercise. Over time, you may see that this space here between this thigh and the floor is maybe large. The goal will be that that space will be diminished. Well, it won't go away completely, or might not go away completely, but that space will be diminished over time of doing this repetitively and consistently. The second goal is that you may have to stabilize yourself with your offhand. The second goal will be to be able to sit up tall and not have to stabilize yourself with the hand, but to stabilize yourself with the hand at first was perfectly fine. So you're going to sit in this position, 90-90. My first thing here, this leg and this knee, I'm going to try to stretch this knee away from me, pull away, push it away. You'll feel a stretch in this hip, and then you're just nice and sit up tall. Now everyone's different. You may feel a stretch in the front of your hip here, maybe on the top or in the back. Everyone's going to be a little different on this top hip. I'm going to sit nice and tall, and what I like to do is I'm going to start to turn my torso and my hip to this knee on my side. I'm going to turn away. I'm going to repeat this several times, just turning back and forth, my upper body back and forth. To get an increase in upper body stretch, I might come down towards the floor and stretch across, stretch my hand out far, come back up. Here. So I do this pass several times, going from right to left, just turning my body over this hip. Now to stretch my bottom hip, I'm going to bend forwards, and I'll stretch along the back side of that hip, or sometimes in this hamstring or groin. Bend forwards, center. I can get different angles if I go same shoulder to that knee, and then opposite shoulder to this knee. And hold for a couple seconds, go back and forth. So those are progressions for how to go through this exercise. Now there's an Eldoa portion of this, which is a little bit more advanced, but if you can get to it, that'd be a really good position. You're going to stay in the same position, sit up tall. This hand can still stabilize yourself. When my other hand, if I'm going to push it out, so it's right in between my two knees, I'm going to go push it out this way, fingers down, fingers spread out. I'm going to stretch my hand away. I'm going to hold here. Same thing, stretching this hand away. Same thing as my knee is still pushing away from me. Okay? I'm going to hold here. If you can, you're going to go both hands like this. But you can still stabilize yourself with this hand like this. This is an Aldoa stretch. It's more of a full body stretch to stretch fascia from arm all the way down to the hip. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to switch around and still have to do the other side. Again, 90 ankles, knees, and hip. Hip, knee, and ankle, straight line here. Sit up tall. This knee I'm going to stretch away from me. And I'm going to just turn back and forth. You may feel that this side may feel different than the other side you just did. Maybe this side's looser or tighter. We're just rotation. We're stretching each hip into internal and external rotation. Stretch across. Do several passes, maybe 8 to 10 passes each rotation. And then going forwards towards this knee. Same shoulder. Opposite shoulder. And it's kind of feel out how you feel, and destroy, or not destroy, but stretch each part that feels a little different for you. It's nice and tall. The Aldoa stretches hand out wide. Stretch your fingers out between my two knees. Stretch my hand out. If I can, sit up tall and do both sides. With my chin, my spine, I want to set my spine up nice and straight. Not so much hunched over when I'm in this position. Nice and tall, chin tucked in this Aldoa position. So that's 90-90 position. Really good stretch for these hips.